from Iran. And meanwhile, we are learning more information about exactly how Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh was killed while at a guest house in Tehran. A new report in The Telegraph claims the Israeli Mossad spy agency enlisted agents from the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps to plant explosives inside the house Haniyeh was staying at. And they had planned to assassinate him in May when he visited Tehran for the funeral of Iranian President Abraham Raisi. Now, this backs up an earlier report from the New York Times, which claimed a remote-controlled bomb had been planted in the house 2 months ago, but wasn't detonated until the moment was just right. Iranian-affiliated media has denied the New York Times report, claiming instead Haniyeh was killed by a short-range missile fired from Iranian territory, and they blame the Zionist regime with the help of U.S. support. Iran's security services have reportedly arrested at least 24 people, including senior intelligence officers, military officials, and even staff workers from the IRGC guest house as they investigate who might have helped with this major security breach. Well, to discuss this more, we're joined now by Jason Brodsky, the Policy Director of United Against Nuclear Iran. Jason, thank you for joining us as always. This report, I want to break down exactly what it could mean if Israel was able to enlist IRGC members to plant this bomb for them. When we're talking about state security, what does this look like for Iran then?
Well, it's great to be with you. I think this is a huge embarrassment for the Islamic Republic. Let's understand that the different narratives that are coming out in the media, particularly the denial from IRGC-linked media in the Islamic Republic, is an attempt to insulate the IRGC from blame for this catastrophic incident from the Islamic Republic's perspective. And there are many security services and militaries in the Islamic Republic that compete against one another. And so that's why we're seeing a variety of different narratives in the media. But the one that has been in the most well-sourced in major news outlets has been the smuggling of explosives into the IRGC guest house in Tehran. And this is consistent with the penetration by certain foreign intelligence agencies of the Iranian security services and during past assassinations and other kinds of sabotage operations through the years.
Jason, you said this is a major embarrassment for Iran, but the question now is exactly how far they're willing to go then in retaliation. Are they willing to risk their own resources, oil, drone, missile launch sites, even possibly nuclear program sites, all in retaliation for this embarrassment, really?
Well, I think that you're seeing there's a debate in the system right now. I think that some view the need to mount a more robust attack than was mounted in April during Operation True Promise, with perhaps more ballistic missiles being fired at Israel from Iran. Also coordinating more with the Axis of Resistance to make it a joint operation in reprisal to Ismail Haniyeh's killing. So that's one school of thought. Another school of thought is really stems from the need to maybe pump the brakes, the need to not be hasty and rush into a kind of reprisal right now at a time when the Islamic Republic is trying to bolster its economy and to really take into consideration a number of different variables in the system. And so I think that they're weighing the different options, and the system will come to a conclusion with the supreme leader at the top making the decision along with the IRGC.
Jason, what about a response from the United States and Western countries? What type of response should they be having right now? Is it certain sanctions that they should impose, a military response? What would you expect from them?
Well, I think part of the reason why we are seeing Israel and also the U.S.'s other partners in the region having to take matters into their own hands is because the United States has been MIA with respect to deterring the Islamic Republic's regional aggression. We are absolutely defending our partner, like Israel, against the Iranian onslaught of drone and missile attacks and sabotage and other kinds of terror attempts. But the defense is not deterrence. And we need to go more on the offense against the Islamic Republic. And I think that the reason why the Iranian system has felt so comfortable pushing the envelope and also attacking Israel for the first time in April since 1979 from its own territory is because the United States doesn't fear a pushback from the United States. And we need to adjust our public posture and messaging from the U.S. government that we're not to move away from this constant fear of escalation, being paralyzed over escalation, and really to be a little more forward-leaning in our warning and our threats to the Islamic Republic about defending our interests and our allies.
Jason Brodsky, thank you for your analysis on what's happening right now in Iran. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.